Class citizen in my own country. Your fucking country.
Do me a favour, guys. Hit any emoji. It helps with the live stream. Thank you.
They're saying immigrants are stealing all of yours. Your country is supplying arms to overseas wars. But the profit of the nation or the profit of the lords? No thought to the victims of the slaughter. Tighten up borders. Normalise talk about them drowning in the water. Country is alcoholism, heart attacks. A post-bar kebab after a sparring match. Your country is a rich cunt beer mongering, beer hungering, near blundering. Any conversation about a common enemy, because the poor are treated as guide dogs for the wealthy. Your country is whatever the media tells you it is. Warring, divided, cultural shit tip. Keep your head tucked right under your hood, cause the sun might blind you if you ever look up and go. Come and dress this little paradise of mine.
I love these lyrics, man. Lyrics that make you think.
You're lucky to be here. We're happy to take you. As long as you're exceptional, if not, we'll fucking hate you. Officers, doctors, and business folk, builders, and barbers, and counselors, therapists, bouncers. They'll sharpen up good with a knife in the back. Sex-crazed, alcoholic cavemen. That little racist covered in plastic wrap. You're lucky to be here, but you already knew that. Take to the streets, start with the police. Stand on your feet, fuck love, fuck peace. This is freedom of speech, or so you believe. Riot and plea, violence is key. Consent, citizens, patriots are pleased. To the rich and elite, it's a spectator sport. Had a hand in every single little thing that you thought. So for your neighbour, soon as they just get a taste of your blood to build a full fucking force of the
So guys, we are going to be reacting to some police body cam footage today. This is a wild one. It's titled Christian Teacher Use Students' Pictures to Make CSAM. The fuck?
Citizen in my own country. Imagine you're a second-class citizen in somebody else's. When you burn down your mosques and the dust settles, it's like everybody lost and the rich got the better of it. Never fucking blamed it on the leader. You love too much the hand that feeds you. So soon does your love make war, where your blood will be the wine on the teeth of the Lord.
Hey Ames, you have caught alive. We're just starting. Get those taps in. Tap away. We're trying to get to 10k before we start. If you do miss my lives, go to YouTube, search The Fact Freak Reacts. It's my second channel over there. We re-upload all our lives. The next song I've been absolutely obsessed with since I saw My Chemical Romance. You dare? Oh, there you go. Right. Like, I've just put the money basically towards next year's holiday, because unfortunately I can't get the bloody annual leave days back from work, can I? So it's not like I can rebook and bugger off somewhere now. But I've been able to help other people from, what do you call it? Other people get refunds, get moved hotels, all sorts. And Love Holidays have stopped advertising that hotel. And, like, I don't know, I'm very suspicious, but I looked it up on my account. I couldn't find the hotel anymore. I googled it outside of my account, couldn't find it there anymore. Booking.com is still have it on. And I don't know about other companies outside of the UK and stuff like that. But I think they've dropped them basically, which thank fuck, because it was a horrific hotel. Right, so we are blind reacting to some body cam footage. This is from an amazing YouTube channel called Law and Crime Network. If you're not following them over there, please do, because they cover everything. Now, I don't know whether this, sometimes they cover a case, so they show the footage and then show what happens and everything. Sometimes it's just the body cam footage. Now this one is titled Christian Teacher Use Students' Pics to Make AI CP. Alright, the old...
I'm panicking. Don't panic.
We got one of them guys, right? So Christ Almighty, who knows what the fuck's going to go on with this one.
As the sun rises over a quiet Florida neighborhood, police move in on
Why is it always Florida?
a teacher accused of the unthinkable.
A teacher. Oh, God, the state of him. A teacher.
What happened?
What the hell happened there? Did a cop get attacked? Why did the cop go off? Look, the cop is at the door here, and then the cop goes, and runs away and falls over.
Police move in on a teacher accused of the unthinkable.
The fuck happened to the cop?
What happened? I will show you how this child pornography bust goes sideways at first.
I don't know. I think the guy no, because it was the cop. I think the bloody the dog got smacked into him or something like that.
I'm sorry. What's going on? But once this 6th grade teacher is in cuffs, the reality of what he has been doing comes to light.
Exhibiting an interest in the sexual exploitation of...
This is going to be really triggering. If some of you guys want to put trigger warning in the chat, I'd really appreciate it.
This predator teacher used AI to create
Oh no.
horrific CSAM images of real students. We have the messages that this teacher sent while school was in session, and it is
Shut up.
very disturbing. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Well, I believe Florida as well has open something law. Can't remember what the hell it's called, where basically things are disclosed and stuff like that. So that tends to be why is it always in Florida. It's because they have the laws that allow for the public to have access to all this stuff.
It is shocking whenever someone is arrested in a case of child pornography, but
No shit, Sherlock. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, thanks for that one.
when it's a teacher, an elementary school teacher, the accusations take on a whole new level of horror. And this may be the first time in this show we are talking about a suspect who is accused of using AI in such a dark and twisted way. We just got the
It's happening so often nowadays, though.
body cam video in from a case out of Holly Hill, Florida, and sadly, sharing and receiving child sexual abuse material, or CSAM, was not the only thing, the only twisted crime that this teacher was committing. So let's start with the arrest.
I wonder how they found out. I wonder how they found out about it. I wonder whether whatever, like these apps that are actually producing, do you know what I mean? Like the apps that are actually facilitating it as well need tighter regulation, because how the hell are they doing this shit? Like how are they allowing it on their apps and stuff like that? If you've seen it, like even when I scroll through Facebook Reels or something like that, and today I had an advert on Facebook Reels where it showed two people basically performing the doggy, and then it had two things showing you that you could put somebody's face from another picture and somebody else's face from another one, and they would do this by this AI app now. Like how the fuck are they bloody promoting that on Facebook? It's absolutely insane. I mean, I don't know what kind of crime that is, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just disgusting, and I don't get it. And on an app so large like Facebook, why the hell are they not monitoring it? Probably AIMS, but then you had like, what was the Twitter AI that launched? Grok. That was it. They had Grok, didn't they? And when Grok launched, people were putting people like Millie Bobby Brown when they were a child in Stranger Things in echelonized positioning and in revealing clothing and things like that, is like to the point of where Stranger Things, the official Stranger Things X account, was tagging them and being like, what the hell are you doing? How are you allowing this? And there was not just her, obviously there was loads of stuff. It was mental. I think they've shut that down now, but obviously it happened very easily. And You'd think you wouldn't launch an app globally that could do that.
I don't know what you say, he's talking too much.
Mods, can we remind people the usual goals and obviously what we're watching as well, please? The best you can, thanks.
Go.
Yeah, I want to know what happened to this officer.
You talk up,
It was him that went down like a sack of shit. You think a dog bit him? Yeah, I mean, now I can hear the dog barks.
Police from Holly Hill, Florida are at the house of David McCune. It's 6:13 in the morning. McCune is a local school teacher. He teaches 6th grade at UBIC Academy, which is a private Christian school for students K through 12. Holly Hill is not far from Daytona. Here's what happens once McCune opens the door, and apparently his dog was not happy about the early
Oh, so it is the dog.
alarm.
Hello, Holly Hill Police Department. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, David?
It was the dog. It bit him and fucked off. It didn't like stick on him, did it? It just bit him and buggered off.
What's going on? Twice! Bit me right.
Bit him twice, he said.
Alright, come over. You come over here. We got one male secured.
Looks like the cop's been bitten the bollocks. Jesus Christ. He didn't sign up for that.
See you in a minute.
That's a big piece of bacon. To get the reference.
Did your dog have all his shots?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. You would know, wouldn't you? You would know whether your dog had had the shots or not. Fucking hell.
Alright, you can lean up. You can lean up over
Any of
here.
those dogs aggressive?
Fucking state of that.
I mean, that one we just recently got, and it did get aggressive with the vet. That's why I was trying to, come out the door first. I was trying to keep
Fuck off. You should be worried about more than the dog, mate.
the dog inside. I didn't mean for that to happen.
Thank you, Jade. I want to know when they're going to question him. What happens to the dog? Does the dog have to be euthanized now? I don't know how it works if a dog bites somebody, like, I don't
It's the
know.
little dogs.
I'm sorry?
It's always the little dogs that get aggressive.
I hope not. Because it's him that should be euthanized, bloody bacon.
Just get everybody out, go.
I don't know how they do it, you know?
The arrest gets a bit chaotic in the beginning with McEwen's own dog biting one of the officers at his door. McEwen is handcuffed and he's shirtless. Now, before we get into what happened next, I want
I don't know why we needed to know that he was shirtless, like we could see.
to run through what authorities say this man did, and it is
Oh God, brace yourselves.
on June 2nd, police say a cyber tip came into the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children from the app Discord. And the tip alleged that someone at the school that McEwen worked at was using Discord to distribute child sexual
Oh no.
I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
But was you panicking when you...
abuse material. Police say that traced the account not to a student, but to 6th grade teacher David McCune. Investigators say he shared
They should face harsher punishments as well when they're in a position of power.
19 explicit files depicting child sexual abuse. And on top of that, they say
My God, what a beast.
he had 6 videos showing himself engaging
I don't want to know. I don't fucking want to know. Law and crime are not holding back with their description, say it.
in sexual acts with a family pet. That is
Oh, fuck. No wonder the dog's biting people. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for that. Bloody hell. No wonder the dog's aggressive. Fucking hell.
is horrifying. It is impossible to wrap your head around that. But the next part of this story is chilling, and a chilling reminder of what technology is capable of. Authorities believe that McEwen may have used
Nah, man, I'm sorry. Like, people like this need to be unalived. Yes, in the chat if you agree with me, or skull emojis. Like, they need to be unalived. Painfully.
used artificial intelligence technology to create pornographic content featuring real children, possibly photos of actual students at his school. Now, I just received documents, along with the body cam in this case, that go into great detail of what the images McEwen shared on
Oh, God. I don't want to know. But that's what that Amelia of Scotland did as well, isn't it? AI images like that depicting...
Discord are of. And let me tell you, they are far too graphic to explain on here, but
Please don't.
perhaps the part that made me the most sick as I was reading through all of this is what McEwen allegedly said in chats on Discord about his own students. It is disgusting
Oh, no. Imagine being a parent at that school and finding this out, man. You'd be fucking destroyed, wouldn't
to
you?
even read this out, but it does give you an idea of what this man did. In one message, a user says, quote, "When you said teacher of 6th grade, I was thinking, wow, that's a hot age." And McEwen replies saying, quote, "Yes, it is, my friend. Developing bodies as far as the eye can see." And you have another
Oh, fuck no. No, this is horrific, this. This is one of the worst bloody ones we've reacted to, like.
chat where McEwen is asked by
sorry.
a user on Discord, quote, "You got any crushes?" And this teacher responds, "Yes, I do." The user
Oh, no.
then says, "Tell me about them." And McEwen answers, quote, "I've got yearbook photos I could show you." Documents state,
Can't trust fucking anyone, I'm telling you, can't trust anyone. Check your kids' devices regularly, please. Please. If you only take away one thing from this, please regularly check your kids' devices.
that McEwen sent the names of students and images that appear to be from a yearbook. He went on to send very sexually graphic messages in the chats on the app. Now, the tip came in from Discord, again, on June 2nd. Then you had an arrest on June 20th.
That means that Discord has like automatically flagged the messages and sent a report to the I think it's like the Centre of Missing and Exploited Children or whatever, and they'll send like the IP information and everything like that, and then that gets handed on to law enforcement. So that's the way this will have gone down.
20th. This is in 2025, and this is what happened outside McEwen's house as he is shirtless in handcuffs, and his family is right there listening to every detail in a search warrant that police are executing
His family should know.
at their house.
We have a search warrant for the residence. Okay. The content within the search warrant, I'm not sure if it's what you want your kids to hear. So I would prefer if we were able to get them in a location.
It's supposed to, said Mum. It's supposed to. Yeah, they did, Highland.
Where they're not overhearing some of this. Okay. Are you cool with me with a jacket or something? She just needs to. Okay. Do you want me to get you? Can we get like a jacket for you inside, or like a different shirt? Like if you wanna. There's probably a mess.
Police get McEwen's children out of listening distance as they prepare to read through this warrant.
You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her with you now or
You gotta read it all out, aren't there? All of it's coming out now.
anytime during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand these rights?
Who's being arrested?
No one's being arrested right now. We're just detaining.
Who's being, just my husband?
So is he detaining them? Are they detaining them? Fucking hell, get me words out, sorry. They're detaining them just so that they can then search the property and seize devices. The way America works with this shit's a bit weird sometimes. Afternoon.
Search warrant is going to be in reference to him, yes.
Okay.
But I do have to read it to you. So do you understand these rights?
I do.
Do you understand these rights? And with
We are watching BodyCam footage to do with a crime which is pretty disgusting. A Christian teacher used students' pictures to make AI see Sam. That's what we're watching. Fucking horrific.
these rights in mind, are you willing to speak with us?
I would like an attorney, please.
Okay. Are you willing to speak with us?
I mean,
It's not a
I
criminal
haven't done
investigation.
anything, so I don't need an attorney, but if it's in reference to my husband, isn't the wife protected under the law?
Court testimony.
Huh? Protected under the law.
Court testimony? Okay. I mean, I can...
What sort of protection is she talking about? Like, so she doesn't have to... isn't it something where she doesn't have to make a statement against him or something like... Yeah, I like to not speak, you know.
answer any questions you have, but I don't know anything.
Yeah, and like I said, at any point.
That just makes me suspicious immediately. Like, are you in on it? Do you know?
All questioning can be stopped, okay? Alright, Terry, if you'll read it.
Bear with me, it's a lot, and it's early, so.
Oh, God. This is the warrant, so this is the details of why the warrant has been issued. This is going to be, you know, like the accusations laid against him. And I wouldn't know whether she changes her tune when she hears all this.
The officer then reads a lengthy search warrant for several minutes, detailing the items that officers plan to go through, including digital devices in the house.
Computer software, hardware, digital contents related
Oh, it's not the reason, it's what they're going to seize.
to
Right,
sharing of
okay.
internet access over wired or wireless networks, allowing multiple persons to appear on the internet from the same internet protocol address. Items containing or
Yeah, that's what I thought, Hope. I thought it was that.
displaying passwords, access codes, usernames, or other identifiers necessary to examine or operate items, software, or information seized. Manuals and other documents, whether digital or written, which describe the operation of items or software seized. Correspondence or other documents, whether digital or written, exhibiting an interest in the sexual exploitation of children.
Come on, wife. When you hear that, do you not just go, do you know what, fucking hell, he's dead to me. I'll give you anything you want.
Correspondence or
Can you read that last part?
She was like, oh, hang on a minute. Hang the fuck on.
correspondence or other documents, whether digital or written, exhibiting an interest in the sexual exploitation of children. Correspondence or other documents, whether digital or written, pertaining to the possession, receipt, origin, or distribution
Whew, I didn't think she knows. I think she does seem a bit shocked.
of images involving the sexual exploitation of children.
Hence asking him to repeat it.
Correspondence or other documents, whether digital or written, pertaining to the possession, receipt, origin, or distribution of images involving the sexual contact with animals. Any and all correspondence
Thank you, Jade.
in electronic, printed, or any other form pertaining to the possession, receipt, or distribution of visual depictions of a child engaged in sexual conduct as defined in Florida State Statute Section 827.
I'm sorry, if somebody was reading that out, if my spouse was in handcuffs and I'm standing there and they're reading this out and I had no idea what was going on, I'd be fucking raging at the spouse. I'd be losing it. I'd be giving the police anything they wanted immediately. And that's right, Hope. She could be in shock. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people do get in that situation and stuff. And I suppose we can all say what we would do. And different when you're in that position, I suppose.
071, or child pornography as defined in Florida State Statute Section 847.0.
And also, he does not seem bothered at all. He just seems like it's nout.
001. Any and all correspondence in electronic, printed, or other form pertaining to the possession, receipt, or distribution of visual depictions of an animal being involved and or engaged in sexual conduct as defined in Florida State Statute Section 828.126.
I believe it did the dog.
Any and all books, magazines, films, negatives, motion pictures, video cassettes containing a visual depiction of a child engaged in sexual conduct as defined as Florida State Statute Section 827.071, or child pornography.
He doesn't give a shit, does he, chat?
As defined in Florida State Statute Section 847.001. Items that would tend to establish ownership or use of computers, and ownership or use of any internet service accounts, access to obtain child pornography, to include credit card bills, telephone bills.
I'm sorry, this list has been read out so long, such a long list. If she was in shock, surely she would have come around by now and been like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel.
Correspondence and any other identification documents. Items that would tend to show dominion and control of the property searched, to include utility bills, telephone bills, correspondence, rental agreements, and any other identification documents. Any and all address books, names, listed names, and addresses of a child visually depicted while engaged in sexually explicit conduct in electronic, printed, or any other form. Any and all diaries, notebooks, notes, and any other records, either electronic, printed, or any other form, reflecting personal contact and any other activities with a child visually depicted while engaged in sexually explicit conduct. Files and data on the computer.
Do you think she knows, do you? Do you think she knows? Chat, what do you think? If you think she knows, yes. If you think she doesn't know, put no in the chat. Nobody's going to judge you either way.
That show ownership, possession, and or control of the computer at time of the offense. Any and all software that may be utilized to create, receive, distribute, store, or modify the evidence sought, and all software that may be used to communicate or store online communications. Notations, files.
The thing is, thank you for that necklace, Nikki, thank you. The thing is, she could, she might not be surprised that these allegations are being brought to him, because he might have had allegations like this before. These people rarely just wake up at his big old age and start offending. He's probably been offending for a long time. So she might not be shocked at the allegations because she's heard these allegations being made before about him, but they've gone nowhere. So it could be that, you know?
Documentation containing passwords or codes necessary to unlock computer files or to access computer storage media. Encrypted, deleted, or unallocated files on electronic media that contain any of the information listed in the previous paragraph.
Yeah, like not the first time that she knows people have looked into him.
Yes. At the discretion of law enforcement officers serving the warrant, photographs and videotaped images may be obtained of the place to be searched for comparison with images and video recovered relating to the investigation of the exploitation of children. Any and all cellular telephones capable of storing digital media such as pictures and or videos, as well as chargers and cables. Data maintained
They're being thorough about this list, aren't they?
on the computer or computer-related storage devices such as floppy diskettes, tape backups, computer printouts, and zip drive diskettes.
Yeah, same.
In particular, data in the form of images and or videos and any accompanying text associated with those images and or log files recording the transmission of images as they relate to violations of Florida law.
Neither of them seem to give a fuck, to be fair, like.
Cited herein related to the possession and
That's true, Hope.
distribution of child pornography. In addition to the seizure and removal of the above aforementioned property, the court gives permission to seize and remove the above listed property that are believed to contain some or all of the evidence described in the warrant, and to conduct an off-site forensic examination of the property for the evidence described, if upon arriving at the scene, the investigators execute.
For particular cases, Fred.
Conclude that it would be impractical to search the above listed property containing digital information on site for this device. Due to the current encryption standards among the manufacturers of mobile devices and devices capable of storing digital information, invasive techniques may need to be employed during the execution of the search warrant, such as the dismantling and or destruction of that device to facilitate the extraction of data.
Oh shit.
The court is aware that the recovery of data by...
They've already been arrested, no. The dog bit a police officer. The dog that he's also been allegedly sending videos of himself sexually abusing to children and that.
Computer forensic analyst takes significant time. For this reason, the search warrant return inventory will contain a list of only tangible items
That's true.
recovered from the premises. Unless otherwise ordered by the court, the return will not include evidence later examined by a forensic analyst. During the execution of the search warrant, this court authorizes the above member agencies to command David, how do you say your last name? McEwen, to unlock any cellular telephones found during the execution of this search warrant by using his finger and or thumbprint and or facial unlock. If David refuses to abide by this court's command...
Oh shit, if he refuses to unlock the devices...
The court authorizes the use of reasonable force, if necessary.
Fucking hell! Fucking reasonable force. You can't exactly slap him about and tell him to unlock his phone, can you? Afternoon.
To unlock any cellular smartphone devices found during the execution of the search warrant in order to effectuate the execution of this search warrant. This warrant only applies to individuals reasonably suspected of being connected to the above listed offense. Law enforcement may only compel such individuals to provide biometrics if it is first established the particular individual has ownership or control over the specific device and it is locked with biometrics, which is being kept and used in violation of the laws of the state of Florida to wit. Possession of a photograph, motion picture, exhibition, show, representation, or any other representation in which, in whole or part, includes any sexual conduct as defined as Florida State Statute 872.071 by a child in violation.
Jesus Christ, this is extensive, this, isn't it? But they've got to be, because one thing's wrong, then their solicitor uses them to get out. Nikki, that's awesome, thank you. I am Jade, same. Hey Chloe.
Of Florida Statute Section
Keep those taps going, chat.
827.071. Possession of a photograph, motion picture, exhibition, show, representation, or other presentation in which in whole or part includes any sexual conduct as defined in Florida State Statute 828.126 by an animal in violation of Florida State Statute Section 828.126. And whereas the facts establishing the grounds for this application are set forth in this affidavit. Now therefore, you or either of you, which such lawful existence as
not really
may be necessary, are hereby commanded in the daytime or in the nighttime or on Sunday to enter and search the aforesaid premises together with the yard and or curtilage thereof, including any vehicles located within the yard and or curtilage thereof, and any persons on the premises or curtilage thereof reasonably believed to be engaged or connected with said illegal activity. For the evidence, items described in this search warrant, and if the same of any part thereof be found, you are hereby authorized to seize and secure same, giving...
I don't think she's surprised. I don't think she's surprised at all.
Proper receipt, therefore, in delivering a completed copy of this warrant to the person in charge of the premises, or in the absence of any such person, leaving a completed copy where the property is found, and making a return of your doings under this search warrant within 10 days of the date hereof, when you are further directed to bring said property so found, and also the bodies of the person or persons in possession therefore, before the having jurisdiction of this defense to be disposed of according to law. So you'll probably get a copy of this, well you will get a copy of this, but any questions are going to be directed to her. So I'm going to go grab her, let her know everything's done, and then if you have any questions, you can talk to her about it.
Police read through that lengthy search warrant, delivering details that had to leave, you would think, the teacher's family in shock, disbelief.
You would think.
I mean, you name it. David McEwen was initially charged with aggravated possession of child pornography, 18 counts of possession of child pornography, and 6 counts of sexual conduct with an animal.
You and I are on the same page.
Oh, here he is again.
All right, so we'll go over this with you. So this is the search warrant order for the school. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this whole thing.
A search warrant for the school.
to you, and you'd be the recipient of this on behalf of the location. Okay. So,
Police not only searched McEwen's home, but they also served a
Holy
warrant
fuck.
at his place of employment, that school. The Florida Attorney General said the search warrants found an overwhelming amount of evidence, saying, quote, law enforcement believes he utilized artificial intelligence technology to create CSAM material with real children, some of whom may have attended UBIC Academy. Initial search warrants revealed that McEwen was disseminating, downloading, and communicating with users on Discord, a popular group chat service, during school hours while connected to the UBIC Academy Wi-Fi.
Jesus. Fucking so blatant, man. So fucking blatant. Don't give a shit, did he? Guys, if you're watching this and you're not following, please make sure you do. Thank you.
UBIC Academy Board Chair Don Ross responded publicly to the arrest of one of his teachers just a day after it made headlines. And in a statement that was posted to Facebook, he writes, quote, after learning of David McEwen's arrest, we sent the following statement to our school parents via email through our school management portal. We have been made
You'd be horrified as a parent. You'd be absolutely horrified, wouldn't you?
aware of today's arrest of Mr. David McEwen, who has served as a 6th grade teacher at UBIC Academy. We are shocked and deeply grieved by the serious allegations of misconduct against him. Our employment relationship with David McEwen has been terminated, and we are cooperating fully with law enforcement authorities. Now, this is video of McEwen in court in Florida per West 2 News. Again, his arrest in June, then in December.
You can't trust fucking anyone.
Major news. 6 months after his arrest, he was sentenced to 135 years in Florida State Prison, so he will never be a free man again. In a
Thank God.
news release, the Attorney
But he'd be protected. He'd probably have a great life in jail, let's face it.
General went on to say, quote, the abuse and trauma this predator inflicted is sick, and he deserves every moment of this sentence. We will always seek the longest sentence possible for anyone who harms innocent children or defenseless animals. He also noted just how disturbing this case is. Someone using artificial intelligence to commit horrific sex crimes. Quote, the arrest is deeply disturbing. Not only was the individual trafficking in vile material, but he was doing it on school grounds, during school hours.
Like while he was at work in the school, man.
Hours surrounded by children. At the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, we will never allow predators to hide behind screens or school walls. We will track them down, expose them, and bring them to justice. Joining us now to talk more about this case, University of Washington School of Law professor Mary Fan. Thank you for taking the time to be with us here on Law and Crime. You know, this story is in so many ways just, I think, an example of a
I love this because they always bring on like experts and stuff about the case.
Nightmare of what AI can be and some of the concerns that people have.
Do you know what? You know they say obviously you shouldn't test products on animals, which I 100% agree with. Test them on fucking PDFs.
Here on Law and Crime. You know, this story is in so many ways just, I think, an example of a nightmare of what AI can be and some of the concerns that people have. And for as shocking as this individual case is, how common is it, have we seen as this rise of AI has happened, to see situations like this where it's used in such disturbing ways?
Sure, we're seeing a growing number of cases, Chris, where we have the traditional concerns over child exploitation material merged with the use of artificial intelligence to generate images. And courts are conflicted depending on the jurisdiction.
And this needs to be stopped, man, this AI shit to do with this stuff. There needs to be tight regulations.
As to how to deal with the various permutations of these situations.
Fred, drop me a follow to catch me drift.
And how does that vary? Because in this case, you have David McEwen, this teacher, and he ends up getting 135 years in prison. You know, in Florida, I know is a state that I think last time you joined Law and Crime, you talked a little bit about some of the changes in the law.
Cheers, dude.
Law there. How does the law and AI in a state like Florida look compared to a state that maybe hasn't been as up to speed with some of the developments that have come in AI?
Sure, the law is trying to catch up with how people use technology in this context. And so, you know, in some states, it's not.
They need to fucking catch up quick, don't they? They need to fucking catch up very quick. Very quick.
Clear whether or not the law would apply to an image that's synthetic, that may have.
Let's see if we can smash that penny gift goal, guys.
Some elements of a real person, and certainly some elements that are just AI generated.
Thank you, Fluffy Unicorn. Thank you, Moonwatcher.
Sometimes it's not clear as to whether or not the law requires proof that the person knows whether or not the image is a real person or not. So there's all sorts of questions that...
But if that guy was literally looking for images of his students to do that, fucking how do you excuse that? Thank you, Moonwatcher.
Judges have to...
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Senmum.
Wrestle with, and then legislatures kind of follow in the wake of these cases and try to further clarify the law based on the facts that are unrolling on the ground.
Because it's, I mean, this one is obviously incredibly disturbing. He was talking online about students, and then, we haven't seen the images, of course, but with what had been alleged that there were images of students that he created with artificial intelligence. But kind of as we look at this conversation as a whole, like how, I guess, into the weeds does it get where a defense attorney could make an argument that it isn't a student and these are the reasons why, and maybe it's the face.
And yeah, the defense attorney is going to look at anything they can do to manipulate out the situation, but it's fucking vile.
That looks similar to a student, but it isn't. And I mean, how into the weeds might it get in some of the arguments that could come out of cases like this?
Well, I mean, a good defense attorney is going to have to raise those issues. They have an ethical duty to do so. Now, this case was easier because this individual not only exploited the images of his students, but actually shared their personal data, which is really a violation of some of the fundamental duties of an educator entrusted with children. Right. So in this case, it would be tough to be as an attorney because of what he did in exploiting actual students' information.
And because he's in a position of trust.
And even sharing it. In other cases, though, these images pass from person to person. The provenance may not just originate with the person who's caught with the images. And there you have all sorts of complex questions about knowledge, harm, even potentially, you're seeing in some jurisdictions, claims of First Amendment rights when it comes to someone using AI to generate images to illustrate their fantasies, for example, where you don't really have any identifiable person, but the images may be scraped or modified based on a database full of people.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good point. That actually makes a lot of sense.
And I don't know where, someone like David McEwen, like where these images are being created. In this story, it was Discord, I believe, that actually flagged it, that there was a problem. And there's been a lot of criticism of Discord over the years. But in this case, they came forward and showed what they believed was a...
Just what they're supposed to do. It's the fucking minimum. If you think that child exploitation is happening on your app, you're supposed to step up. I mean, this app is fucking useless for not doing anything.
Major issue on their platform, but we see, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever someone's using, Claude, and I don't know how often those are used in these types of cases as opposed to something maybe a little bit more under the radar on the internet. But what does the liability look like for a big tech company if it's proven that someone like a David McEwen is going on there and creating CSAM images using artificial intelligence?
It is facts, isn't it? Like, it's just disgusting on here, never mind anywhere else. I wonder how many predators TikTok have handed over information to the Centre of Missing and Exploited Children so that the predator gets dealt with. I bet not a lot.
Intelligence. That's a really important and interesting question. There are overlays of law with respect to service providers and protections for service providers. I will say that Congress has tackled this from another direction, which is rather than imposing liability on various service providers, they've actually imposed duties for internet service providers to report after they've sort of reasonably obtained actual knowledge of potential violations of child pornography statutes. They actually have to make a report to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And so you get these cyber tip programs. And so that's another way to, rather than sort of the liability.
PDF should always be charged as guilty. Well, if there's fucking evidence, 100%. And they should be able to remand and hold some of these people a little easier, especially in America, because it seems to take them forever to act sometimes on tips and things like that, because these fuckers delete all their shit, they hide all their stuff, they completely destroy their, their devices, things like that.
Liability sanctions approach to prevention. They're putting on affirmative duties to act, and it's another way to try to catch people like this.
And when it comes to, like in this case, David McEwen, he faced state charges. But there's also examples at times where you see internet crimes and it's a federal case.
Hi, Fraser. Don't even look anything like Fraser.
How does that work with the jurisdiction where if he was a teacher doing this, and again, this is probably a little bit more clear-cut case because he has been talking about his students online and apparently...
Fraser, I was going to say Fraser has a lot less hair than myself.
Apparently it was very clear that that's who they were, but if it was one of these cases where it could be up for debate...
But hello.
And you're in a state that hasn't...
I'll also say hello on behalf of Fraser. Fraser says hello.
Had, how does jurisdiction potentially change the type of trouble that someone could...
I'm sure you are, Nikki. I mean, fucking hell.
...be in for doing something like this?
Absolutely. There are, depending on the facts and circumstances of the case, there can be potentially concurrent jurisdiction. And so federal and state authorities may basically discuss and see, given the laws in the two places, which is a better place to bring the charges. Now, you don't want to be doing child pornography activities in Florida.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Because not just because of the law, but because of the punishments. They have truth in sentencing laws where your time is more substantial.
They want to kill him. That's what they want to do.
Actually, your real time, for example.
And I guess moving forward, when you look at the landscape right now, and you see some states that have put laws in and have recognized how big of an issue this is, and then you see other states that may be a little bit slower to catch up, like even for the states that are doing a good job, if anybody's doing a good job of trying to keep up with this, like what does that race look like right now? Because we know AI is moving so quickly. How are, whether it be a legislature, whoever it may be, states, like how are they doing trying to keep up with all the development?
I don't know about you guys, but I think we also need to make it a crime for the companies themselves to have software that allows people to create this CSAM stuff. Obviously, the predator who's creating it obviously needs to face everything like they would. But I think somebody has to take responsibilities who's making it readily available for them. Do you know what I mean?
Developments that we're seeing right
now. Legislatures are actually a bit more nimble in this area. Both Congress and state legislatures tend to be more nimble, I think.
Because if you put pressure on them, and the people are held accountable in a big way for creating software that allows people to do this, and the punishment is so worrying, they stop fucking doing it, don't they?
When it comes to protecting children,
they'll start taking better steps to stop it.
And
that's true. No
concerns over AI and what it can do. I think you tend to get more bipartisan consensus there. So you're seeing recent action.
Exactly, Red the Brat. Like if somebody types a prompt and they're creating CSAM, it should send, like a warning out. It should record the lot. Basically, when an app finds that people are doing this sort of stuff, it's supposed to create a report. Usually they send it to the Centre for Missing and Exploited Children. What they send is a package of information like IP addresses, chat logs, all this sort of stuff. And then they track the local law enforcement and hand it over as a tip. But it needs to be happening when people are doing prompts or whatever they're doing to create.
Action in multiple state legislatures, and you've seen successfully enacted legislation on the federal level as well. Nimbleness is good, but also consideration and caution is good too. We are a nation with the First Amendment, and so there's absolutely, framers of legislation have to be careful to respect constitutional rights, clearly define things, and so forth.
And then just lastly, looking at the charges in the McEwen case where, he was found guilty of creating child pornography and possessing it, as well as some other pretty disturbing crimes. But you don't specifically see anywhere in like an AI, the word AI isn't in there. Is that something in some states where you'll see like an extra charge on top of it for using artificial intelligence that way? Like how does that work in terms of the law and what somebody could face if it's proven that they're using?
Some good fucking questions.
Using AI to create these types of images.
A really interesting question, Chris. If anything, in general, I mean, and states will vary, but in general, if anything, states are actually trying to amend their statutes so that people don't escape liability by saying, oh, it was AI as a defense. Does that make sense? Rather than using it as an enhancement, they're actually trying to just make sure that people don't escape liability. That's kind of what we're seeing right now. You know, and I don't know if we want to. I mean, I don't know if the use of AI is something that, you know, you'd have to articulate to me a reason why it would be warranting an enhancement,
Right.
as opposed to simply just making sure that people don't escape liability.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I think it also just kind of shows the conversations and the debates that need to happen, because clearly, like in a case like this, it is a problem. He ends up getting 135 years in prison, very disturbing case. But then, you know, with AI, I mean, that's just a debate in so many areas of society right now of you know, in areas where it could be used in like a nightmare situation like this, like how does the law pertain to it?
And the truth is, the law isn't caught up. And it's scary how long it might actually take them to catch up. And by the time they catch up, is there going to be someone else that gets around that law?
Very fascinating conversation on a difficult case. Mary Fan, University of Washington School of Law professor. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Chris. Good to see you.
But there we go. That is the end of tonight's reaction. This afternoon's reaction. I'm off tonight. I'm going to see Spider-Man. Boom. I'm off to see Spider-Man tonight. No spoilers, please, chat. I'm very much looking forward to it. I love Spider-Man. The last film was amazing, so this one I'll really have to live up to it. But yes, I'm going to chill out a little bit before that. So I will catch you all. I might be live. The next time I'm live, I'm going to do some awareness reactions. So I do save to a playlist a load of awareness stuff for me to react to. So I'm going to do that probably next week at some point. But just keep an eye out for me. I'll be live when I'm live, basically. Right, I'm going to bugger off. Thank you, everyone who's hung out with me tonight. Tonight again, I'm used to being on in the night. Have a great rest of your day, alright? And I will catch you later. Peace, chat. Peace.